Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Tuesday, October 26, 2021, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 270 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting advice that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advice. Philadelphia 76ers vs New York Knicks. Philadelphia is averaging 113.7 points per game. They scored 115 points in their last game, making 46.6% of their field goals and 41.5% of their three-pointers. Seth Curry led the way for Philadelphia with 28 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. Joel Embiid finished with 22 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 blocks, while Tobias Harris added 14 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. The 76ers have also played well defensively, giving up 104.6 points per game. They gave up 103 points in their last game and will need to keep playing well if they want to get the win. Our first betting advice is pick New York Knicks plus 1.5. The New York Knicks are averaging 121 points on 45.1% shooting and allowing 113.3 points on 40.6% shooting. Julius Randle is averaging 28.7 points and 11.3 rebounds, while Evan Fournier is averaging 19.3 points and 2.3 assists. Derrick Rose is the third double-digit scorer, and RJ Barrett is grabbing 5.3 rebounds. The New York Knicks are shooting 36.7% from beyond the arc and 65.2% from the free throw line. The New York Knicks are allowing 35% shooting from deep and are grabbing 48.3 rebounds per game. Our second betting advice is to pick under 216. Golden State Warriors vs Oklahoma City Thunder. Jordan Poole added 22 points, and Draymond Green had 14 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists. Coach Steve Kerr and Golden State have to be pleased with the offensive production they're getting out of Poole, who was not expected to contribute right away. Curry is playing with a ton of confidence in the youngster as his wingmate, and the Warriors would be wise to continue giving him minutes alongside Curry instead of backing him up. Our first betting advice is to pick Golden State Warriors -9. The Oklahoma City Thunder are averaging 93.3 points on 40.6% shooting and allowing 115.3 points on 47.1% shooting. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is averaging 20 points and 4.7 rebounds, while Mike Muscala is averaging 11 points and 2 rebounds. Josh Giddey is dishing 4.7 assists and Luguentz Dort is grabbing 3.7 rebounds. The Oklahoma City Thunder are shooting 26.6% from beyond the arc and 66% from the free throw line. The Oklahoma City Thunder are allowing 38.1% shooting from deep and are grabbing 43.7 rebounds per game. Our second betting advice is to pick under. Quick reminder, BetUS is a platform that offers betting on all major sport and horse racing leagues. It has slots, table games, blackjack, and a variety of other casino games. All of the major US leagues are available for betting, including the NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB, and PGA. In addition, BetUS allows wagers on esports, Olympic events, soccer, cricket, boxing, cycling, and many more competitions. Join BetUS now using our link down below and get 125% cashback bonus on your first deposit on the sportsbook after you open an account and deposit using our link and use our promo code HIGHSTAKES. Los Angeles Lakers vs San Antonio Spurs. Despite the rebounding deficit, the Lakers squeaked out the win thanks to Carmelo Anthony. Melo turned back the clock about 5 years and had a great night, pouring in 28 points to lead the Lakers. He had 6 three-pointers. Anthony Davis added 22 points and 8 rebounds, while LeBron James had 19 points. Russell Westbrook chipped in with a double-double, scoring 13 points and grabbing 13 rebounds with 7 assists. The bad news is James is questionable for Tuesday's game with right leg soreness. Talen Horton-Tucker is also questionable. Our first betting advice is to pick Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers aren't the boogeyman most expected they'd turn into this season, not yet, anyways. They've looked vulnerable over their last 3 games, and the Spurs will have a chance to pull off the stunner at home. Granted, they either need a defensive virtuoso or a lights-out offensive performance to come away with an upset in this game. The latter is the most likely scenario considering all of the elite scorers on the Lakers roster. They're going to find ways to get buckets whether the Spurs like it or not. Opposing teams are also averaging 48.2% shooting against San Antonio. Our second betting advice is to pick under 222. Houston Rockets vs Dallas Mavericks. The Houston Rockets have been an average defense in the league at this point as they are giving up 107.3 points per game, which ranks 12th in the NBA. In their last game against the Boston Celtics, they allowed 107 points on 38 of 86, 44.2% from the floor, 15 of 47, 31.9% from beyond the arc, and shot 20 free throws. If the Rockets can continue to defend the three-point line better, it will do wonders for their defense. The Dallas Mavericks are a better defensive team this season as they are giving up 104 points per game, which is 9th in the NBA. In their last game against the Toronto Raptors, they allowed 95 points on 34 of 85, 40% from the field, 11 of 37, 29.7% from deep, and 23 free throw attempts. If the Mavericks can figure out how to defend without fouling in this game, they will be in a better spot. Our first betting advice is to pick Dallas Mavericks, -11. Luka Doncic is clearly ready to contend for a championship, but the parts around him have been insufficient to say the least. Kristaps Porzingis hasn't been able to stay healthy, and even when he's on the floor, the performances have been too inconsistent to make a real difference. Rocket center Christian Wood should serve as a nice challenge for him in this game. Houston is desperately working to build a foundation for a sustainable rebuild. Make no mistake, they still have a long way to go and plenty of growing pains along the way, but the future looks brighter with Green, Christian Wood and Kevin Porter. However, they'll run into a Mavericks team ready to compete right now. They'll need to set traps to get the ball out of Luka Doncic's hands in this game. The goal should be forcing other players for the Mavericks to step up and make big shots. Those are the shots a coach can live with instead of having Doncic rain down headaches with his ridiculous shooting. The Rockets were ranked as the third worst team last season in defensive efficiency, but they've clearly shown some improvements in the early portion of this season. Whether they can sustain that effort or not remains to be seen. The Dallas Mavericks have been relying on point guard Luka Doncic to carry the offensive load this season. He is averaging 22.5 points, 10 rebounds, 9.5 assists, 0.5 blocks, and 0.5 steal in 37 minutes on the court. He is struggling to shoot the ball as he is 41.5% from the floor, 23.5% from beyond the arc, and 77.8% from the charity stripe. In his last game against the Raptors, Doncic played 39 minutes and finished with 27 points, 9 rebounds, 12 assists, a block, and 5 turnovers. If he can figure out a way to cut down the turnovers, it will really help out the Mavs. Our second betting advice is to pick under 221.5.